Hey guys, it's me, Delta One, here with Airsoft Talk, and as requested by Alpha Jack something numbers on the end of your gamer tag, you want to make a video on one of my real steals, and well, I'm going to make a real show my RPK video stuff, because I like it, it's awesome, with an O, not an A, because awesome with an A isn't awesome enough, so whatever. By the way, give a quick thanks to Mikey CQC for being the cameraman for me today.
Howdy.
But this is my Romanian aes10b RPK. These are more, I guess to say, harder to find because the only conditions I would ever buy a real RPK is if I had this stock. Because I think it's completely and utterly stupid to have a side folding or a wired stock in general on a gun that is meant to do heavy machine gun fire. Even though it is civilian legal, this is not full auto. And if you are watching this and you are in a different country, in order to obtain full auto guns, it has to be registered with the ATF before 1986 as a legalized machine gun. And when you have those, and they are legal, they cost an insanity amount of money. Because there are very few, and basically if you have a full auto one, you can basically ask whatever you want when it comes to depending on what firearm, but the cheapest one you can get, if you're curious, is a Mac 11, and they're based at around $3,000 to $4,000 with or without a suppressor. Now, that is fun, and it's like cool and stuff, but why would you want that when you could get like a bunch of nice semi-automatics for $4,000? But yeah. And for a quick example, a legal full auto AK is about $9,000. Which is kind of upsetting, considering I've heard stories of people in Iraq paying like $60. It's pretty depressing, isn't it? But this is a 47 variant of the RPK. Now you may be wondering, it's Romanian, it's Century Arms, it's shit. Century Arms turned the crapper in the 1980s. This is a 1977 model, so I made out. Another thing you want to take notice, though, is you don't want a kit gun RPK. They are nowhere near as good, and they are just completely different. Wouldn't you say that, Mikey?
I would indeed. And
normally we frown upon Century Arms.
Yeah.
Most of their stuff is just kind of like, me.
It's not. It's okay. It's not. Yeah.
But yeah, my gun indeed is used. It is old, and it's fine, though, because it's an AK. Because if you had an AR that was that old, JP all rusty and crap and stuff. I don't like ARs, especially real steel. Anyways, my gun has a chrome line in a barrel, which is kind of different, because AK-47s didn't really have chrome lining at the time, right? To an extent, maybe?
If I'm correct, I believe the early 47s did not have chrome line barrels. Possibly. Correct me if I'm wrong, but...
But the Romanians, they don't have them, though. The Romanian AKs don't have chrome lining, to my knowledge.
I don't really do a lot of research on...
Sometimes they don't come with chrome line barrels, but mine does, and mine's a heavied barrel. It's a heavy barrel. It's thicker, it's better. One of the things I don't like about my AK is that it gets hot really fast. Like, can't touch the barrel after about a mag of just going like... But AKs run hot. 14mm counterclockwise threads. So if you buy AK flashlighters for real steels, they will fit on your airsoft gun. Which is kind of cool. That is pretty neat. My bipod is thick, it's beefy, and is by far better than any airsoft bipod ever. But I don't like this carry handle. I have the windage and the elevation sights, which are very nice. I'm considering getting the tank sight that Nut Fancy reviewed, where it has the sight aperture back here, which is really nice, but he had like 3-inch groupings with Wolf shitty ammo at like 100 yards, which is like pretty amazing. But other than that, neat feature. I've got the beefed up receiver. I mean, guys, I really don't know much about real steel. All I know is I love this gun. But this is just, this is kind of one of those guns that's just like, oh my gosh, it's an RPK. Because the only other RPKs on the market are the Yugo 72. Is that what it is? That weird one with the full stock?
The full stock or the wire stock?
No, that full stock one. And I think that's a kit one, too.
The only ones I know of with the full stocks is the ones you have. I don't really...
Well, I've seen them with full stocks, and they're not true RPKs. And they have this weird riveting barrel thing right here. But other than that, this RPK is fantastic. It came with a 40-round mag. I don't have a mag out here right now because it's loaded. Breaking in the mag, only got like 15 rounds in it. But it's got the tool kit compartment back here. And one interesting fact, I had a buddy try and convert one of these stocks to a airsoft one, and he broke 3 spade bits on the laminated wood. That's how strong these stocks are. So I could literally do a push-up on this gun with the mag in it, and it won't break. It just won't break. Now, disassembly on an AK. For the airsofters that don't know much about firearms, this is it for an AK. Push this button here after you take it off safety and pull the trigger. Push this button forward, lift off the top cover. Push this button forward, spring comes out.
Spring and spring guide.
Spring and spring guide. Thank you, Mikey. Pull the bolt back, lift up. That's it.
And
that's an AK.
You could go into greater disassembly on the bolt, which is still even more simple.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you need to do in order to clean an AK. It's fantastic. And the hammer is beefy as hell.
I was going to say something. I don't know if you can, but if you can show them. Once you do that, it shows you all the guts and the internals of the gun itself.
Yeah, I'll have Mikey zoom in on it.
Let me flip the camera around. Like literally, that's all there is to the AK, and that's why people like them so much. That's why they're so darn simple.
Yeah, let me show them the hammer in operation.
There's the hammer right there. That's what fires the gun. Right there. That's all it is. It's just a spring and something holding the spring back.
Now, this is, to be honest, the only weapon I can think of that is soldier-proof. You might as well zoom out there, Mikey, for me.
That's what I'm doing.
And it is completely, like, if you can't clean and operate one of these, you have no business with firearms. I mean, I took this apart. I mean, I've seen people take apart AKs, but I didn't think it was this simple. Literally, when you hear stories of, AKs getting ran over and, all that, I have a buddy that had an AK and was shooting his .22 out on some property, and he had the gun on, he had no mag in it, but it was on semi. 22 shells had ejected into the actual housing where the bolt is, and he was firing it, and he was wondering every time he fired, he was like, clink, 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 clink. It was firing with 22 cases in it. So that raised his curiosity. So he took a little garden shovel and forced dirt into the actual system right here, and it worked fine. Fired it every time. It was fantastic. Literally, you hear stories of AKs being put under, insane amount of abuse. It's true. 100%. This is why I approve of AK-74s to use, because it is a very decent, accurate cartridge, and
it actually has that nice tumbling effect when it hits something.
And they're fantastic.
Like
so,
M4.
2012 is coming up. It wouldn't hurt to have an AK, just in case. Not saying, world's going to end, but, if shit hit the fan, this is a weapon that I'd want to have. So, I like my AKs. You all already know that. Everything is steel on here. Even the barrel. I would hope it would be steel.
Yeah.
Let's run a pop metal barrel.
Yeah.
But it's a great gun. I got it from my good buddy Spring Guns and Ammo, but my battery's about to die, so I'm going to have to cut this video short. No, it's not too pretty of a video, but guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.